You are now listening to
Ombudsman Radio.
The forklift that was seized on, of course, it has a back tire. So my suggestion is we should first of all revert it to the sister office from Lagos, because the letter was the whole issue is based from Lagos. So that's number one. And secondly, unless if the state director himself will give some little input about it, or possibly the overall header, the federal commissioner also might have some little input about it.
Mr. Saliu, very well and well done for your own efforts. Very well done. But what I want to tell you, this is an exercise for us to also educate ourselves. So what we need to do, you've heard him, he read the email. What we need to do is to make our own contributions and actually see what else we can do about this matter. The matter, like he said, lies with Lagos State. So based on jurisdiction, probably with the respondent and probably the complainant, we may do as much, but it's open to contribution. Let's contribute.
If anyone had this, another
our sisters of that is one. The second thing is our sisters' office to act with prompt action. It's on our notice that whenever a case has been referred to Lagos or transferred to Lagos, that was all. We not heard of anything again. So it's on this note, I want to solicit for your support as Honorable Federal Commissioner to have a synergy with your Lagos State Federal Commissioner, and also our State Director. They have a platform
of directors,
a platform of the State Directors to also have a synergy with his colleagues, so that whenever a case from Kaduna office is being transferred or referred to the office, they should not look at it as a common thing. They should treat it with utmost priority. Thank you, sir.
it's a very good decision. Because I can remember there is a case that we received from here and we refer it to Edo. Not now, the case is still pending. At the same time, with us here too, there is a case that comes from Adamawa. I don't know how far we're going with that.
In front of them, we have attended to that case. They have sent the details to me, and I think I have forwarded it on the WhatsApp.
But one good thing I know with the Federal Commissioner of Lagos State, is a very active person. So I think when we are referring the case, let me sign the letter myself and I will give him a call at the same time. Okay. So definitely there will be a good action.
Okay, report from either zonal or area offices.
Established protocol. So we have 3 reports, 2 from Zaria Zonal Office and 1 from Jama. The first one is that we are able to resolve the issue in which the Education Secretary himself is writing a letter attaching the withdrawal letter by the complainant, which she willingly withdraw her complaint from the Commission. In this respect, I would suggest that we process the case file for community.
Well done, it's a good one.
The second one is a fresh complaint against Bashir Dabu on non-refund of 500,000 naira as a result of land transaction Brian Shehu, the complainant.
But forwarded to the Jama zonal office for us to carry out a preliminary investigation on the letter of complaint of items taken, stolen, and selling by the principal, Mr. Jonathan Dambaki, of the principal of Government Secondary School, Kaguru. Myself and team of investigation officer from the zone embarked on this preliminary investigation on the 13th to 14th of January 2025. That took us 2 days. Now, 22 items were listed by the whistleblower, and which of course we had to engage him on each of the items as listed in the complaint letter. First and foremost, he made mention of excavating of selling of 7 household cables by the principal. We went on site to see where these particular cables were stolen, and we discovered, based on the explanation by the principal, there was initially where the school tapped electricity from. So there is this epileptic power supply which the school has not been getting power supply. So they had to redirect the channeling of the electricity through a nearby community. I think it took about distance about 2 kilometers. So we went around to be able to see where these cables were removed and rechanneled to a new source for the school to be able to get electricity supply. I have the photo evidence with me. Then another thing is excavating and taking away of 13 PVC pipe from newly structured agile toilet taken to his house for personal use. He took us around. These particular pipes, just like the electricity, the old source of water supply was not really, they were not getting water supply. So the school, they sunk a hand bowl machine. So most of these pipes were excavated and rechanneled through another source, which of course it took us around this to be able to see physically. We have evidence here with me.
Who took you around, the principal?
The principal, sir. Then another thing is selling of 8 sewing machines from school home economics. We went around. Usually some of these items were centralized in the store. So there was this pilfering of these items. So he had to decentralize the storage of these particular items. I think that was where the whistleblower did not really know the whereabouts of these particular items. So like these sewing machines, physically we saw and we had a picture evidence of these sewing machines. Then we have stealing of 2 gas cookers from the home economics department. I have a picture of that. He showed me all the gas cookers, I think about 5 or 6 in line. I have here of the gas cookers, sir. Yes. Then we have stealing of an oven from the home economics department. This particular oven is located in his office, the office of the principal. So I have the picture here.
And it's still available in his office?
Yes, sir. Then we have selling of doors and windows from the dilapidated school malls. Actually, when he came, I think he was also an old student of the school. He graduated 1994.
The whistleblower?
The principal.
Okay.
Yes. So what happened is, during the secretarial crisis that took place within 2020, 2000 and 2001, it affected the mosque. So what we saw was just a foundation because of how it was affected during the sectarian crisis. So he wondered how, in such a foundation, he'll be able to pick away doors and windows as alleged by the whistleblower. Then we have vandalizing of and selling of school generator. On assumption of duty, he assumed duty as the principal of the school in May 2023. And during his handover, he was not nothing like generator was handed over to him. Then we have removing and selling of school generator burglary proof. Now, part of this burglary proof, which of course he made mention of pipes, of bed. The state government wanted giving them the school laptop, but they discovered that where this item, part of the condition that was given was burglary proof must have to be, the place must have to be secured. And some of these irons and some of this from the burglary, he used to secure where these items, and that was what gave them the approval for some of these laptops that was provided to them by the state government. We have pictures here with me. We are vandalizing of removing of pipes and cables from the school examination hall. We took us around. There is no issue of vandalization because there was even light. So he wondered how electrical cables that were removed, but the place is still with light. So that is also a false accusation. Then we have removing and taking away of 2 hall toilet seaters. All the toilet seaters, it was packed, just as I've said, in various locations. We're able to physically verify some of these toilet seats. And some even were, there is this dilapidated toilet that some of the toilet seats were used in this toilet. He took us around. I have the pictures here with me. The removing of school sick beds, ceiling fan. We have pictures of about 7 beds for the sick bay, which of course physically we were able to verify some of these sick beds. And also the ceiling fan, instead of them leaving them in some of these offices that have not been used, he showed us where these fans were removed. Even some are even in his office and that of the vice principal and some offices within. We have pictures here with me. Then we have vandalizing and removing of cables and pipes from the science lab. Now these pipes, I have pictures here with me. They were piled in the library of the electrical pipes. I saw it physically. Then removing and taking away of science lab ceiling fans, part of the fans that were assigned to some of these offices. So there was, to him, no fan was taken. Then we are vandalizing and selling of iron toilet seaters from dilapidated toilet in the school. They were part of the toilet seats that were removed, just as I've said, and placed in the old toilets for the use of the students. I have pictures here with me of that also. Now, selling of big color printer, just as alleged by the whistleblower. On assumption of duty, the school had no printer, even to this particular moment where we embarked on this investigation. Then selling of 4 water tanks. To him, there is no water tank. The only tank they were showed was the overhead tank, metallic overhead tank, then a black GP tank that was used. When the hand borehole was sunk, there was a need for them to rechannel the water to the GP tank there, for them to have constant water supply in the toilet. We went around, saw how even water was coming from the toilet. We also have pictures of that. Cutting down of trees and selling out to public. It can be verified from the school community. Now, the first thing I engaged him was for me to have an approval, how they were given approval for them to cut down these particular trees that it was alleged. So here I have the application request he wrote to the Ministry of Education, which was forwarded to Kaduna State Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry for the approval. And a condition was given for felling of the trees. It must be carried out under the supervision of the Divisional Forestry Officer. On that day, that tree was felled. The Divisional Forestry Officer was around. And the school needed to pay a sum of 105, they call it royalty. And the school had no 105 naira to pay for the royalty. So what happened was the ministry entered into a partnership with an individual. He paid the royalty, which was paid into the TSA. The tertiary single account. We have the receipt here as shown here. And the individual paid for the log of woods. Part of it was removed to the school, which of course was used for the logging. There is a dilapidated building they call round building. The log of which was used to be able to put up a roofing, to roof that particular building for office accommodation for the teachers. We have pictures here of that also, and which part of the roofing sheets were used, because most of the roofing sheets were not used. So the old roofing sheet that he made mention of allegation, part of it was used, and part we were able to see physically in the library where part of this were kept. So this is the approval for that. So on the allegation of fake, some trees were cut and sold to the public.
Substantially over here, you've been able to disprove solving of this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what we need to do, probably make
So, sir, observation. I discovered that no inventory, which of course I took it against him. Actually, I can see the physical verification of these items, but you cannot be able to say this is the total number, and that was why I took it upon with the principal. So he has agreed they're going to come out with a comprehensive inventory, and which of course I told him the inventory should be periodically reviewed. My next visit by the special grace of God, I told him I want to see the inventory. So recommendation, sir. Based on this, I want to suggest that we close this particular case file. Then section 8, section 8, subsection 4 should be applied to the whistleblower. I don't know whether it's...
Did it dispute anything?
Can you be specific?
Yes.
What can you interpret that provision, section 8?
Okay, it's about giving false information to the commission, whereby it is stated that no fine. The penalty there is for the complainant to
giving false information. It's 1 year imprisonment.
Yes.
Without an option of fine. Now, this complainant, this whistleblower,
yes, sir.
Will you be able to say
exactly?
No, sir.
Do we have his address?
I don't. I think the link was sent. I had to print it through my mail. Complain letter.
Because initially, I could remember when this case was brought. I was so happy to receive the case and to see that we'll be able to do something. Being that it's a public property, but at long run, at the end of the day, you can see what we find out. All the information accused is false. And this whistleblower needs to be disciplined, to be honest, if possible. Let him serve that 1 year, let him put his brains and think very well and stop thinking of blowing it.
And again, we have about 80 pictures here with
exhibits.
So I involved a photographer. He said to print it.
Don't worry.
But I have it here with me.
No problem.
Make your comprehensive report and your recommendation to the commissioner. So
Maybe mobilize you to print them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Attach it with the complaint. Keep it for record purposes. And the case be closed. But if possible, the most important is if we can be able to get the whistleblowers. Please, let us question him. Such thing is not good. You understand? Because I so much believe the principal will not be happy with the investigation. Even I myself, if I'm to put my position in this position, I will not be happy. An accusation that you have not done is very bad. Or maybe this whistleblower, please. I don't know how you can do abracadabra to bring him here. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
So if
we are receiving complaints, that section 8, subsection 4 should be read to the complainant so that they will know their rights. Because if you check that act under penalty, that is the only subsection that does not apply option of fine. So the complainant should know. And in this office, we have received a complaint whereby somebody lied that her husband died, of which it was later established that the man was alive. So we have had similar cases like that. I should not be taken for granted.
you know, Sonny, when matters like that comes to the commission, you can also, devise a way of getting the complaint. If not, how do you physically, track him? But it's very, very important. We need to appreciate the provision of the law very well, so that at least once we are having our cases, we must also ensure that we strictly adhere to the rules it has been provided for. So he has made a suggestion that the complainant should be tracked, probably to face the wrath of also telling us all these lies. But I was also wondering, sir, even at the day that we discussed about this matter, you see, for somebody to make this damning allegations and plenty of it. It doesn't really go to common sense, but it's a good one that you're giving the opportunity for us to also reach out to the respondent and also hear from them. That is fair hearing. So I think the principle of fair hearing has also been applied in this instance. We should also encourage it. So I think, sir, with your kind permission, we will wait for his formal written report with a stated line of action to be taken, and then for your own approval. But this matter is as good as a death matter on this complaint. We are going to process it for closure. If you give us that permission, sir.
My main concern is how can we see the whistleblower?
Sir, it may be twofold. Why we close this case file, because it has no merit at all.
We have 2 new mails that just comes into the commission. We don't know whether
It's one.
there are 2.
Okay.
There is not a response. Apart from the response, listen, there's not a response. On the issue of this confiscation of land at Marabanjos against the local government, there's an update. And the complainant also is here with us, also with another fresh complaint. So besides this particular issue, so we don't know, are we going to step it down to know, or we?
I think what is most important is for us to also, appreciate the response first and foremost. Then the other complaint that he brought, let us also consider it after the mail opening.
Okay.
You understand?
Wasila, please, can you come on the stage?
Let us appreciate
the firm to provide more documents regarding the verification of the land and how sure we can be on who actually owns the land. So he came with a letter that they got from Kaduna in 2021 regarding the verification, and it reads, they said demand for verification of land acquisition over 63 hectares or at Samandanda, Katabu, Marabanjos layout, Igabi local government. Reference to your letter dated 4th January 2022 on the above subject matter. The area where your farmland is situated is an area where the state government declared as green economic zone within the forest reserve. Accept the direct general's extreme regards now and always. Thanks. And from his own explanation, he said they reached out to green economic zone to verify, and they said this particular land that belongs to these farmers are not part of the land that they actually acquired from the state government. So that means there is still something underground that they don't still know. Because from the government,
their position backed by documents.
But this is just what the Kaduna actually said.
No, not Kaduna. They said the lawyer said they reach out to green zone.
Yeah.
They confirm to them that that very particular land is not that green area. So that's why I say, is it backed by documents?
Then the second document here is the letter they recently sent to Kaduna again concerning demand for verification of farmland acquisition over 63. The same letter. We have the honor to write you on the subject matter referred as agents or beneficiaries of the acquisition referred above. Sir, over 63 hectares of farms was acquired and the beneficiaries left unattended to without a word. We shall be obliged to have details of acquisition so that we are adequately advised and guide them as partners in progress. We have your honor to be, we remain your faithful. So this is what they now sent to Kaduna, awaiting their response. But we need the representative from the Fed. So maybe you have more details.
We can listen to him. He says he has volunteered to come. And then, what are you in? Which capacity are you here, so that you can be able to, enlighten us the more on this matter?
Can I speak also?
Yes, we have interpreters here. Probably you can speak outside if you are more comfortable to speak. Can you speak English? Try, struggle.
What about blocking?
Attempt, try.
My name is Salman Muhammad. I'm here representing some people of my community. These very people of my own wake up a day to have somebody encroaching into their farmland, saying that he's given the farmland by the government, by the communist government. So for us to not be comfortable because there is nothing like any compensation or revocation letter given to them. That is why we say let us go through the matter and investigate so that we know what truly is going on about the matter. That is why we now write through our lawyer to the Kyrgyz to investigate about the matter and now tell us that he just applied, looking for the government to give him the farmland. So after the application, there is nothing that happened between him and the domestic government. Then he already started building, selling the farmland to other people. So that is why we now rush 3 people so that we can assist the very people of my community to get back their farmland to them. This is what brings me to you.
Perfect. Initially, you were a bit skeptical about your presentation, but look at how sound you have made the presentation.
Thank you very much. Since you see he's representing his community, definitely he must be sound. But initially, you through that, the person that wants to take the land from the community, he's already at the card, is trying to process the document. Yes. So what stop you guys from doing the document as well too?
We too, sir. We have such a document to the Kyrgyz requesting for the CFO of that very land. There was not any response for about a year or more than that now.
But you have the written letter?
Yes, we have. Yes, I have the copy of the information with me at home.
And they acknowledge?
Yes, of course.
From Kyrgyz?
Yes,
a year and?
I think it's more than that.
There was no response from them?
Yeah, they have a book. I think
anybody have
staff, can we make contributions, please? Yes.
Actually, the issue that KDL number, I doubt that person will try to claim that.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? They make an application trying to obtain the land. I mean, trying to register the land, but the Kyrgyz did not respond.
So that is why I'm suggesting in this case, maybe the commission, the management should visit Kyrgyz on a one-on-one notice. This issue is becoming rampant on a serious note. Let's advocate them. Maybe they should talk to their staff, because I believe it's not the management. You should talk to their staff. This issue is getting out of hand, sir. Thank you, sir.
I want to, standing on already established protocol, I want to elaborate further on the issue of the KDL number. Once you apply for either certification or recertification,
Do you know he's worried now? He's worried that he's not has some access to it now until probably in a month's time. So that is the issue. They are on very wrong. I understand. It's very, very important that we
yes, on that document.
I've got this one. There's another one. I can't this promise to give to from tomorrow to Friday. So I think that's one we'll give you. Yes. Here is one of them.
This one is saying that the land is for
some 10 years.
Yes.
The land is for green economy.
Okay, I understand. We will not keep all this one aside. So when you give us this, one we're asking for, we're not planning to.
That is one. And
I will
if
try
I
our
give
best to
them
also
have the other one, we don't even need all the other ones. That one alone, we can work with it.
Okay, sir.
Because you have already applied and they did not respond to you. Why?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
So the next complaint is almost on the same subject matter. Again, the same respondents that are different locations.
So I think what is most important, we are getting, like Ali said, it is becoming rampant, and coming up. Can we also take a look at it and also initiate a systemic investigation in that note? But this time, you want to say something? Okay, President.
So presented before.
No, let's finish with that. Can we conclude this one now? What are we going to do about this particular 100 years?